Let's get to action figure spotlight before we wrap up the show. You want to talk more about your Palatoy Death Star that you got on display there?
Yeah, so here she is. This guy is the Palatoy Death Star. Palatoy is a UK-based company. This is a cardstock playset. What that means is it's cardstock. It's heavy cardboard. There's only a few plastic pieces. Mine is actually missing 2 parts. So on the top here, I'm missing the 2 turret guns and the canopy that covers it. The 2 turret guns are actually just X-Wing fighter guns from the original Kenner X-Wing. So those aren't too difficult to replace. I think I probably have a ton of extra around the house here. Canopy is a different story, but this thing is in relatively good shape considering how old it is and how absolutely fragile it is. This is an absolute holy grail in the toy collecting community and, of course, in the Star Wars community. And it's finally home. And like I said earlier in the show, it smells like old comic books, and it's just you can't buy that, man. It's just it's amazing. That is my action figure spotlight. Of course, I have Luke, Han, and Chewie, and I don't have a New Hope Leia with the cape. Otherwise, she would be there too. But there you go, the Palatoy Death Star. I
love that. It's infinitely more fun than the vertical slice that we got in North America with like the 3 chambers. It's cool for the trash compactor part, probably the most, but like the command deck at top, not so good.
Well,
the little swinging part, not so awesome. But this playset is way better because you've got all the different rooms.
Blow me up a bit here.
All right, I'll blow you up. Here you go.
Yeah, so right here, you can't see, this is the trash compactor, and this actually moves.
Oh,
you can close it in like that.
That's cool.
And the doors, there's some movable stuff. Like there is a plastic garbage chute, which actually the Kenner one didn't have. So this is an actual chute that your character will fall down and land inside the garbage compactor. And you and I are such big fans of cardboard play sets. And this one, obviously, it has the shape of the Death Star. It even has like the little trench run thing. So if you lift that up, you can actually pretend you're dropping the photon torpedoes down the shaft. And there's just a lot more to it.
I really like the hallway. That's such a small detail, but I like the hallway there from your figures to the next compartment. I feel like you can really have a battle and a chase through that whole circular display. That's awesome. What I wanted to showcase is actually a newer toy. And it's a line that I know you're not a fan of, and I was very skeptical at first, but it's a line that I've really found some love with, and that's the RED Transformers. And I have Soundwave here. I've got a Prime, a Coronation Starscream, a Megatron, and Soundwave. And I think this is a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. And I'm really blown away by this. I know everybody's like, well, I don't want the RED figures or even the Super 7 figures because they don't transform. And a Transformer has to transform. And if it doesn't, it's useless to me. But for me, it's about the characters first and foremost. And the cartoon is my draw to Transformers. So in my declaration of opening things up more, I don't have any scissors handy, but there's a better look at Soundwave there. It just looks really great. It's $20. I don't want to spend the 30 plus on the Kingdom and War for Cybertron figures. This feels a little bit more cartoon accurate for me, which is what I like. The price point is great. The figures feel nice and they display incredible. And they come with a ton of accessories. So Soundwave, for example, has all these accessories as shown here on the side as well. Multiple hands. He comes with a tape, of course. He comes with cannon as well. Prime and Megatron come with a lot of accessories as well. Coronation Starscream comes with the cape and the crown. Great figures. I won't get a ton of them. I'll just pick and choose what I want, but I was really happy to find a Soundwave. And for the Transformer stuff that I like, RED does it for me. I know a lot of people are skeptical, and they will, but when most of these things just sit on our shelves, it's going to be a robot mode to me all the time with Transformers anyways. So why not do this? Do you want to get to Action Figure Spotlight, Jay?
Let's do it. Yeah.
I'm sick of struggling about our collecting struggles, or at least mine. The therapy session is over. Let's talk about toys that we like that'll go on our shelf that I actually won't get more fun out of. You go first since you teased it.
This was a figure line that I saw. There was a couple of figures in the line that I was really excited about. I'm not a huge fan of reaction figures, and this would be my first one.
Oh my goodness!
It's one of those cases where you really have to see it in person, and this was what I was talking about the fantastic box art, where I wanted 2 of Snake Eyes.
Yeah. Sold, huh?
So here's the thing, though, right? So I got Snake Eyes and I got Quinn. I have Quinn upstairs, and I instantly regret it. Okay, so Quinn is great. I believe. So Quinn is from issue 2 of the comic books. He's an Inuit bounty hunter, I believe, if memory serves me correct. I think. Anyway, he was in the very first issues of G.I. Joe. He's a fantastic character. And I'm like, oh my God, that's a new guy.
Yeah.
And I bought it. And he looks not great. Snake Eyes looks awesome. Don't like the articulation. Don't care. This is one I'm never going to open. He's the cartoon colors, not Hector Garrido, but the style of Hector Garrido artwork is brand new. It is not rehashed. That's a brand new picture. Super 7 did it right. And I said the entire line was there. So this is my point, where I was going to buy 2 Snake Eyes, but I'm like, no, wait, I'm going to buy 1 Snake Eyes and I'm going to buy Quinn, because I looked at the entire line and I don't want them. Scarlet looks brutal. Like, she's awful looking. The G.I. Joe soldier, the generic soldier, which I really do appreciate that they finally brought out an army builder for Joes.
There's 3 of them for each side, right? Because they all have different skin tones.
Yeah. Skin tones, yeah. They don't look good. Cobra Commander looks weird. Yep. The only one I really liked was Snake Eyes. So I'm happy just to let, and if we look at the back here, if you want to blow that up again, that's the first wave. So again, they do the file card, and there's Quinn right there. Just a great character. So there's your first wave. So they had all those characters there. Even Destro didn't look great. But I thought Snake Eyes was good. And this is like, one and done besides Quinn. And I don't even know if I'll keep the Quinn or not, because, like I said, I think they released him in the 25th anniversary line. I'd much rather have that. But it was just a case of like, wow, a new Joe figure in the old style. But I got to give it to Super 7, man, because the presentation is just gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Let me throw this at you. This is something you probably saw as well once I get rid of this pop-up here. Did you see this Arctic Rescue?
I did, yeah.
And so, again, we've got another new character here, the Blind Woodsman, and it comes with sled and dogs. How do you feel about something like this?
That's 100% a buy for sure. Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah, a brand new character, and from the Mass device, my very favorite 5-parter, and it's great. You get a repaint of Snake Eyes where he's got the radiation poisoning, and a brand new character, and you get the sled with the dogs. That is great. I love to see new stuff. They keep doing stuff like that, I'm going to be more inclined to buy. When they bring the Mobat out again, I don't care. I have the Real American Hero Mobat, but this is cool.
This surprises me that you like that for some reason, because I thought, okay, it's cool that there's a new character, but because it's not 3 3/4 articulation O-ring style, that it would have been a little, it's not Real American Hero. It's just G.I. Joe reaction.
It is, but they're trying something new, right? So, and this is such an important part in the cartoon lore. This is where Snake Eyes meets Timber, and I mean, it's a sidekick, and this old man here pretty much saves Snake Eyes from dying.
This
is great. Old man, he saves the old man. Old man, yeah. So it's great. The articulation again, their Kenner style.
When you get it,
I'm not going to open this one. No, remember I told you.
The Arctic one, the Arctic Rescue. Are you going to buy 2 and open one?
No, I don't think so. Well, it depends. I don't. Like I said, the big knock on this guy was he was $22. That's Canadian. Just a little Canadian, which is a little out there. And again, you're paying for Super 7. Super 7 is a premium figure, regardless of what size.
Yeah.
But I think also because it has the G.I. Joe logo, that's up another couple bucks. But I'm glad I got Snake Eyes.
So for my action figure spotlight, I can showcase a toy here that I got, or something that's a little outside the realm but relates to what we've talked about tonight. So let's do
outside the realm but relates.
Okay, so we interviewed and got to shoot at the HQ, the headquarters of Plaid Stallions, for Action Figure Adventure, Faking Filmation, and possibly season 3 of the Jay and Rob Toy Show. And Brian was he's an author, and he's all into like pre-80s stuff. There's not a lot of stuff from the 80s that he buys, and he has 2 books out. This is the newest one, Knockoffs, which is all about the different knockoffs that have come out. And I'll flip through the pages to just show you that. And his first book is Rack Toys. So these are all the little toys that you would find like in dollar stores and grocery stores and whatnot, and everything that you would see in there, and the history for all that stuff. And he loves specifically toys that have a little bit of clunk in them, toys that were made to be, played with, that are just very, clunky and a little rough around the edges. There's like all this kind of stuff, right? Like the Ghost Rider and with the cycle, and the Hulk with the parachute. Like those are clunky toys.
The famous scene stuff when Hulk jumps out of the plane and he needs the parachute. Remember that part?
Yeah. So like basically like rack toys, right? We've seen these in dollar stores for our entire lives, but the knockoff book in particular is a subset that I've always wanted to know more about. So when this got announced and subsequently just released, I had to jump on it. So you can see here, like we've got some pretty cool high-end type photography and scans for all of this stuff. So those are Monster Maniacs that have a very He-Man look to them. There's like Adventure Woman, which is clearly like Wonder Woman. There.
She had a little malfunction on her top there.
Look at these. Okay, Jay, you are going to love this page. I haven't, this is the first time I flipped through the book because I wanted to wait. But look at these. These are like X-Team. Toy Biz. Look at Extreme Power here and Pro Hero. But look at those X-Team ones. Those look like a dead ringer for the Toy Biz ones.
Are they not the Toy Biz ones? They just repackaged them.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll have to read to find out. It's just they're clones. It says they're clones, but the members of the X team might fool some kids. So tell me that's not going to be a fun book to read. I just like on the back there's like Battle Man, which is look at this. I got to blow this up for you. Look at this Battle Man here of Robin. Well, it's not Batman. It's Battle Man with Robin and an axe. And look at this big fella, this Godzilla. That's the best. Oh my god! When we shoot next and we're on the road, I will bring these books so we can have a good laugh. Just big looking fella. At some of the stuff. Here's Merry Christmas. What'd you get? I got a big fella. Oh, you didn't get a Shogun Godzilla? I got a big fella.
You remember when Godzilla was black, right? No.
Yeah, just like that. Just like that. But
a big fella.
But look at the cover, man. It's like, hey, you guys. It's like rock and roll McDonald's. Here we go. It's just like amazing. It's so good. It's so good. Want to get to Action Figure Spotlight?
Yeah, I have a 2-parter, whether you like it or not. So I think one kind of goes with the other. So
you get 2 goes and I get 1, or I gotta like come up with a second one just to assert my dominance. Is that it?
You could do 2. Yeah, I think we got how much time we got? Oh, I got 10 minutes. Yeah, go for 2 if you want to do 2. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you go with 1, and I'll look around my dolly shelves to see if there's something I can grab and go from there.
Well, I was at the greatest comic book shop on planet Earth this week, Heroes Comics. And what's great about walking into that palace of just everything we love is that you never know what's going to walk through the door. You never know what's going to appear. And I happened to find this is one of my grail pieces. This is one figure on its card that I've been wanting for a long time. Rob and I share a passion for this character, and he finally got someone traded him in. So I'm happy to be the proud owner of Seal Robin Superpowers.
Oh my God.
It's all about Batman and the Joker and Robin for this line. But Robin, I think, is just look at this art here is just amazing. So that guy is my number one, which you can probably guess which number two is. But I can't show you the back. Obviously, I've put it in a comic book seal to keep the board a little bit more.
I'm so depressed in this very moment. For as excited as you are, I am equally depressed at how cool that is. I'm happy for you. I'm glad you got it. I had a short card Robin for season 1 of Action Figure Adventure and couldn't have it because we had to, recoup costs. So we buy figures sometimes to shoot, and then we have to sell them to try to make some of the cash back. So seeing that hits me in all the nostalgia feels of, oh boy, would I like to have something like that as a
it was cool. A case of, what I did. Again, Heroes is great to take trade-ins, and I went down into my sub basement below the studio here, and I looked at all this stuff I've accumulated that is not on display. A lot of it was Force Awakens and Last Jedi stuff that I just bought because of the excitement of the movie, not figures and stuff, like lunch pails and this and that kind of thing. I took it all to Heroes, man. So the figure didn't really cost anything. I just did a great trade in. I traded in, remember the Savage World Thundercats, those crappy Super 7. Traded all those in, got rid of all that stuff. I had lots of doubles. I had like some Brave Star doubles and stuff I got rid of too. So it was great. It feels good. So I cleaned up the collection of all my doubles, and at the same time got stuff that I didn't have. So it was great.
Well, you have 2 figures. That's only one, but you're definitely going to win this week already. Go ahead and show us the second one. I'm going to give you your close up for it.
Well, Robin, as we know, rides shotgun with Batman. But how many of you out there knew that he had his own ridiculous vehicle that is something that I've never owned, but I've always wanted simply because it's so crazy? So here it is.
Delta Probe 1.
Delta Probe 1 and all its ridiculousness.
You got that from Heroes?
I did.
So I traded one into Heroes 2 years ago. I wonder if that's the same one.
This was recently. It was actually from the same collection as this was from.
Oh, okay.
And for everyone who doesn't know what that thing looks like out of the box, it looks like this. It's like a fishbowl. It reminds me of like a mid-90s Joe tank kind of. I haven't really played around with it. Like, again, I've never owned Delta Probe 1, so this is my first. Again, with the superpower stuff, the colors are the biggest draw. And if this didn't have the box, I don't know if I would have pulled the trigger. But once again, because box art is so important, just look at that. That is just absolutely a beautiful drawing of Robin in the Delta Probe 1. So there you go. My 2-for-1 action figure spotlight.
Oh, it's so good. I love the Delta Probe 1. It was always a weird vehicle. I love how odd it is and how it doesn't fit in with the line at all. It was showcased in the Super Friends cartoon, of course. Several different DC Heroes of Justice League piloted, but of course, putting Robin to have it make sense.
Unlike the Justice Jogger that's for Superman, this one I forgive and I don't mind because Robin is just a human with no powers. So I don't blame him for wanting to get around in a jet, right? So
I thought for a second you were either going to show a blue Batman carded or one of my holy grails, the Batcopter from Superpowers.
Oh, I'm got my eyes out for that too, my friend. I can't even talk that one. So I've never seen one in person. I've never seen the Batcopter in person. Yeah, I've never seen it.
So you know the story about this with me, right?
You had it?
I had it as a kid. And when I had to leave my parents' house, when my grandparents came to get me, it was grab whatever I can hold. And I had to choose between the Batcopter or the Batmobile.
You made the right choice. Oh, that's a heartbreaking story, but the Batmobile, I still think, is in the top 5 greatest vehicles of all time for any toy line. That blue Batmobile from Superpowers,
and that Batcopter in the top. And that Batcopter's in the top 5 rarest vehicles of all time.
No, the Batcopter's in the top 2, so you chose wrong.
Well, I can't come up with a 2-figure spotlight, so I'll just go to like whatever this is. I don't know what this is.
Hey, Moneybags director McCallum.
No, I haven't. Oh yeah, you talk about me, Moneybags, with your expensive A-Team dingy dollar store raft over there, huh?
Do you remember when I just started this story by saying I took in all my doubles and traded them in? Do you remember when
for the A-Team? You traded all your doubles
all
for the
of this, dude. I had a lot of crap, like a lot.
I bet you did. I bet you. So let's see what this is. I still really haven't bought anything, and anything that we buy nowadays, it takes forever for it to arrive. So, I don't know what it is. I thought it'd be more dramatic to kind of open it on camera, of course.
Well, he's doing that. Yes. Hex Aliber. It is the Canadian card for Delta Probe 1.
Cool.
Look at this. Everyone's waiting.
Okay. You know what, Jay? You still win. Now that I can see what it is, this is only just going to further disappoint everybody.
It's not a contest. It's not a contest.
It's a contest. And you
no.
Week, so.
Okay. Do you know what I thought that was for a second? Okay, hang on. Before you go into it, I saw the artwork for Ace Duck. I thought you bought that friggin' like Leonardo versus like Kreese or whatever his name is. Karate.
Oh, the Cobra Kai 2-pack.
I was like, if you bought that, I was going to hang up right now. Anyway, so continue.
We've got Mutagen Man and Ace Duck 2-pack. Again, I stopped buying this cartoon line 10 figures ago, and yet I have continued to buy the figures. Again, nothing flashy about the packaging. I have all the figures that are on the bottom too. I don't have Anthrax and Scumbug yet. I kind of thought maybe this might be them, but I wasn't sure. So it was a pleasant surprise. Ace Duck, for whatever reason, was always one of my favorite turtle characters, probably my favorite outside of the 4 turtles and Splinter. Really like the frogs too, of course, but Ace was always fun because he had wings. I thought he should have played a way more prominent role in the show than he did. Mutagen Man, on the other hand, was a character I never connected with as a kid. Beyond my time, I know there's a lot of diehard fans of Mutagen guy or man.
No, there isn't. There's not.
Apparently there are. There's even a glow in the dark version from the Super 7 line that I think I ordered as well, foolishly. That you know what? It looks like I too may have a Robin carded coming in my future.
No, look at the chat. Crap. You have won. Look at this. I got one comment on Robin, and they were making fun of the French writing. So you won. Everyone loves, man. I've said it before. I'll say it again. People love turtles. Like,
man, I love being a turtle collector. All I want is to win the chat, and I've done it.
You've done it.
So I don't know. It's cool. I don't know. I'm sure there's something at Heroes I'd rather have. I'll leave it at that.